All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Playmore Prince Evans, aka Comedian Halogen. With me on the studio, I have a wonderful person in the studio, somebody I've been following for quite a long time, talking about this person. I know a lot of person will be eager to know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any other person, but the person of Mr. Sylvester. Sir, you are welcome to the studio.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I must say you are welcome to Akoko Edo News Channel.
In fact, I appreciate your effort bringing me to your studio.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. Sir, the reason why I invited you to come to the studio is because I've been watching you online talking about religion and everything about religion. That is why I invited you, so that you can come and share with us about religion. That's why I host you. So, sir, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to waste your time. But can you tell us what is religion? What do you understand by the word religion?
Religion is a fiction.
Okay.
It's a fictional belief in worship of a supernatural deity or gods. That is not real.
Wow, wow. So what you are telling us that whatever we are worshiping now, that is a religion.
If once you decide to choose to worship anything, it is your religious belief that that thing is superior to you, and so you want to worship it.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Even if we have somebody we are looking up to, somebody, a human being that we are worshiping as a god, that is religion.
Exactly. People in Nigeria, people have chosen to worship Sadhguru Maharaj. A living human being like them, and they say it's a god on earth representing one supernatural being.
Wow, 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 wow. So, sir, I want to ask you this. Talking about religion, how many religions do you know?
Well, when it comes to numbers of religion,
okay,
they are too numerous to count.
Wow, wow.
Because if I start naming religion, there are some you are not even aware of. But let's just come to basically in Africa and at home in Nigeria here. For instance, you have three basic religions.
Okay.
You have the traditional religion, you have the Christian religion, you have the Islamic religion.
Yeah.
And when you come to traditional religion, you have Sango, you have Thunder. These are not the same God. So you have different religion, even the traditional religion. That is why I say they are too numerous to count.
Wow, wow. Okay. Because back then, when we were in school, they used to tell us that we have three types of religion. That is the ones you just mentioned now. So apart from those religion, you are telling us that we still have extra bodies.
There is the Hindu, the Enkankal, a lot of it that you cannot mention of. You have the Grail message in Nigeria here.
Okay.
So many religions.
So this take me to this question, talking about religion. So what is your take, your own personal take on religion?
You see, my take is this. Religion is a man's supernatural, fictional belief.
Okay.
Superstitious belief that there is one deity or one god somewhere that you need to pray to for survival. So it's a tool used in the hands of those who knows that are better than other people to even control them and remote them.
Okay.
That is what religion really plays out. So on the contrary, people believe that there is one supernatural being I need to consult and pray to for my well-being, and then that thing is not true.
Wow.
It's not true. So when it comes to religion, I used to be a pastor.
Okay.
I put on tie, jump on the altar, I preach a lot, and like a Christian. I was a big time pastor. People do invite me. They will be surprised now to watch me talk like this, because this is not what they expect me to say anymore. But the day I discovered that religion was a fiction and a superstitious belief was the day I was traveling from Ibilu to Auchi, precisely in 2019. And I was going because eager to go to fellowship, to worship a God whom I believe is supernatural to me and stronger than one Satan somewhere that we call devil. And while I was driving down, my vehicle somersaulted. In fact, it took luck for me to survive that accident. And I asked myself quickly, if I have died trying to go and worship one God I said is supernatural somewhere, and he allows me to have an accident on the road with his supernatural power, and I die here, then how powerful is that God I was going to meet?
Wow.
The religious people will now tell you that God knows why it happened. So God knows why he failed. And then Satan should be stronger than him.
Okay. you see, if not now that you said it, that you were once a pastor.
I was a pastor.
Many people will not
I was a pastor.
believe that. And now, like the way you are talking, okay, your belief now is that there's no heaven, there's no hell, there's no God, there's no...
Let's come to the Bible now. Now that we are talking about heaven, hell, and God. In your Bible, in the Bible that I preach for a period of time before I decide to sit myself down and ask questions.
Okay.
The Bible says in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Did you hear him say God created the hell?
Okay, no.
At what time did hell now came into existence that we are now afraid of to go? Who created that hell that God didn't create? That we are now afraid to go.
Okay. What you are trying to say in excess that the heaven and the heaven and earth is in existence. That
They are fixed. They are the features of man's creation that something like that exists.
Okay. So there's no heaven, no hell.
Mankind came to live on earth to fulfill the mission of the Creator. So it is life, and life. What I mean by that is this: you didn't know when you were born.
That's it.
And you just grow up to meet yourself alive. So you don't even know when you are going to give up the ghost and leave this earth. So you don't even die. You drop this body. Men don't die.
Wow.
Body die. When something happened to you in an accident, your body die. Your life goes on somewhere. So just the way you didn't know how you come to this earth, that is how you travel to another dimension of life to live. So if one person tells you there is hell, there is heaven, ask them where is the location. I argue with a pastor, we were talking about Bible. I said, Christ Jesus himself was talking in the Bible. He said there was a man called Lazarus who died. He died poor. And there was also a rich man who died and went to hell. And that there was a man who was righteous called Father Abraham. And then Lazarus was with Father Abraham while the rich man was in hell. I know you must have heard of that story.
Yes.
And that the rich man in his pain in hell was asking Father Abraham to allow Lazarus to go back to earth and talk to his brothers. My question is this: how close was hell to heaven? That the rich man could be seeing Lazarus. So what was the proximity of hell and heaven?
That's a big
that
question.
One person was in hell and he was seeing somebody who was in heaven. Wow. So if you look at that story, you will see it was all fiction created from the head of Jesus to drive a point home. That is what religion plays out.
Wow. I think at this point in time, all the believers really need to come out and answer this question. What is the centimeter? What is the meter between heaven and earth? That Jesus actually wants the poor man to come back to the earth and preach to the brothers of the rich man. Wow, sir, I want to ask you this. In your own belief, in your own perspective, what has religion done to mankind?
You see, when you want to check the damage of religion to mankind, I can't quantify it.
Okay.
But one bitter truth is this: some people took advantage of it and they make their life better at the detriment of others.
Yeah.
I will give you an example. People tell you by religion, seek ye first the kingdom of God
and His righteousness.
For every other thing. So they will tell you, keep coming to church while they are collecting money from you as offering and tithe. So the more you come, the more it profit them to become richer. And they are buying houses here, buying private jets, telling you to sow your own comfort and wealth in heaven. Now my question is, if you know it is heaven that you are pursuing, why buying lands here? Why private houses? Why private jet? Why building schools? Since all that we are pursuing is to go to heaven. So religious master will play you this card, because it is a very bad card they play on you. That, bring in your tithe and bring your offering, sow seed so that God in heaven will bless you. Do I need to bribe God for a blessing? Did I beg God to be created? That I have to begin to wake up in the morning and start, thanking Him for making me to be alive or giving me life. How did I beg Him to be here? In fact, if I was conscious and you want me to choose to be somewhere, I will not choose to be in this world after all. Because the difficulties I'm going through is not what I would like to go through. So if I didn't choose to be here, I don't see myself. In those days, I do it a lot. I will call for a morning devotion. I will call my children, call my wife. I have drum set at home. I have microphone and speakers. We will start playing in my private sitting room, clapping and glorifying God. So one time I asked myself one question. I said, how hard is this God that we keep on begging him every day? That I wake up every morning begging him for survival and he will not even listen. Imagine Jesus on the cross of Calvary telling him, say, my father, why have thou forsaken me? Is that not wickedness?
Well, because there's this video I watched on Facebook. Somebody were like, he said, okay, we came from heaven. We came down from heaven. And we are still begging the same God
to come back to the same heaven.
That bring us from heaven to go back to heaven.
Back to the same heaven. That is why I said religion is a superstitious fiction.
Wow.
It's a superstitious fiction that somebody sit down there and created. My discovery is this. Those who wrote the Bible were those who were privileged to read and they could write. So they just want to exhibit that they can write something. So they wrote nonsense. And then people who don't understand that they were just trying to be busy writing something now told us. Now let me ask you. If you read the book of Genesis as a whole, Moses was not born.
Yes.
It was in Exodus Moses was born. So how come Moses told us the story of creation from the beginning? And Moses told you that Adam lived for this number of years. When did they start counting the life of Adam? Is it when he was created, formed as an adult, or who gave birth to Adam? Because the Bible says Adam was formed. He was not given birth to. So if a man was formed as an adult, when did you start counting when he was, how many years he lived? So these are fictions from the head of Moses that he decided to pen down because he could just write. In the early time, he was enlightened, he could write. So he was just writing what he felt he could write. It was not God telling him to write these things. So he wrote.
So sometimes I used to wonder, like the Israelites, they said the Israelites spent the 40 years in the wilderness. The word then, how far was the wilderness, the promised land?
That is why I told you the Bible completely is a book of fiction. You know what fiction is? When you are writing the story formulated from your head, you are just imagining the story and you are writing it. If you are a good storyteller, it flows. I give you an instance. In my village, I came from one local government. I know what they told me when I was small. They say one woman died, and the woman didn't want to be forgotten, so she decided to become a river. And that is why we have River Onwa. You imagine that kind of might, that somebody died and become a river. That's how you have River Onwa. My question before them now is this. Who died and become River Niger? Who died and become River Benue? How prominent is the man who died and become River Nile? So these are fiction. All things happen by nature. But people create fictional story around them and tell you what they imagine and what they think. And people who are gullible, who cannot think like I used to be, accept everything that comes their way. So when you tell a man now that you are failing because God wants you to fail, because you have just mentioned God, they say, oh, how do I appease this God? Because he already have a supernatural belief. There is one thing you must know. Every man has a vacuum that is looking for an answer to supply to it. That is why people are believing in God. That there is one God somewhere, because there is a vacuum in you that you are looking for something to give an answer to. So since you don't know the answer, you conclude it is God.
Wow. Wow. That is a wonderful one. That is a wonderful one. I must say this message, I really enjoyed myself, because before now, I will not say you are wrong. I will not say I'm right, because before now, we used to have this belief that the devil is thrown down from heaven and God is in heaven, and that is the goal we are all pursuing as a Christian.
To go back to God in heaven.
So now I used to wonder, since all Christians are fighting for one goal, the Pentecostal, the Celestial, and even the Islamic people, we are serving one living God, but God is different from Allah. Or is it God and Allah, is it the same?
Just like the Sango man, believe that there is a supernatural being behind the Sango he is calling. So the Muslim man believe that there is a supernatural being behind the religion he is playing. So the Christian also believe that there is a supernatural being. So all of these people are calling on one supernatural being that they don't know and they cannot explain.
Hmm.
So anybody who tells you God is talking about one thing, a supernatural being that you cannot explain, where he stays, where he lives, who made him, and how he's created.
Wow. Okay, before we go, what is your message to the people out there?
Well, my common message is this. You see, religion, like I said, have caused more damage to mankind than good. So the moment you play religious card, you're already becoming a failure. When you wake up in the morning, you start praying that God supply all your needs. Instead of you going to work out your needs, you will end up in failure, because those who prayed and prayed and prayed that miracles will happen never get a miracle. But those who go out to work always get what they are looking for. Look, people have a song that said, good things doesn't come to those who wait. It goes to those who go out and work it out for themselves. So my advice to people on religious ground is this: refuse religious belief and face reality of life. Like this morning, for example, I saw a friend who is a pastor, and I was talking to him. He said he was going to the clinic to see his sick child who is on admission. And I said, why don't you pray for him to be okay? Because those who are your members, that's what they believe. When they are sick, they come to you for prayer. And you will not tell them the truth. You ask them to kneel down. You anoint them with oil that your prayer will heal them. But your own child now is sick. You are going to the clinic. So in reality, those who have problems should seek the right place to go and get their problems solved, than for you to be trusting on one supernatural being that does not even know that you exist and die in your pain and penury. That is my message.
Okay, that is a good one. That is a good one. I believe those who are watching will learn something from this message. Sir, you have a platform.
Of course,
that you share this message.
Yes.
So, if we want to get in touch with you, with your platform, how do we locate you?
It's Religious Matters.
On Facebook.
On Facebook.
Are you on Instagram?
I'm not on Instagram. I'm planning to go on Instagram.
Okay.
I only have one platform now, which is on Facebook.
Okay. You are not on TikTok yet.
No.
Okay. Viewers, you've heard for yourself. If you want to get in touch with him and get more of this message, just visit him on Facebook. You can contact him on his page, Religious Matter. I pray as you do so, you actually get the answer you need. Sir, thank you for coming. I must say I really enjoy myself, because your message has enlightened me.
In fact,
more
I
about
enjoy
it.
coming to your studio, because it is a nice place to be.
Thank you very much, sir. So I will just have to go from here. I remain my humble self, Prince Evans, a.k.a. Halogen. Don't forget, follow him on Facebook, Religious Matter. Get more tips about religion. Thank you. One love.
Akagweda News Channel, your #1 point.